Committee Popular Somos Rally, Comunidad Colectiva, Committee de Acción Popular, and Siempre en Sí. This action is a letter-writing campaign against House Bill 370 that's running through May 24th. Now is the time to send letters to Governor Cooper, asking him to veto this Show Me Your Papers bill and any other racist legislation that targets people based on the color of their skin. For more information, including talking points for your letter, find CIMA on Facebook or contact via their website, cimawnc.org. That's CIMAWNC.org. Following up on last week's edition of the Weekly Update. In 2018, the Asheville Citizen-Times reported that 87.2% of the $118 million of construction contracts with the city were signed with companies owned by white men. The City of Asheville commissioned a disparity study, which was presented at this week's governance meeting by staff looking to engage locals in contracting for construction. One of the suggestions was to compile email contacts for licensed construction companies owned and operated by people of color, and to send that list when a press release for the city opening bids for construction comes around, so more companies are aware of opportunities to bid. Right now, that list is expected to be about 100 emails. For more information or to add your business to the contact list, contact the city's Neighborhood and Community Engagement Coordinator, Brenda Mills. Her number is 828-259-5506. That's 828-259-5506. Or you can email asheville.disparitystudy@bbcresearch.com. The Asheville municipal budget for next year starts July 1st, and it is about $190 million. At last week's City Council meeting, this included a heated conversation about staff pay increases, as Councilman Keith Young requested a review that would ensure all city employees are paid no less than $15 an hour, an increase from the city's living wage policy that starts at $13.65 an hour. This would mean about $1,500 in increased wages for entry-level staff, instead of an across-the-board increase that would stagger pay, which means that increases would more likely benefit top-level employees. Buncombe County is reviewing the same information for their staff, so by comparison, the Buncombe County staff looked at who was making less than $15 an hour, and there were only 12 employees that were making less, whereas for the city, that number is 140 city employees, 50 of whom are firefighters. The budget also includes an increase of $600,000 for APD, including surveillance and camera equipment upgrades, and only partial funding for year one of the Transit Master Plan, even though it was named the #1 priority by our City Council. In other news, the developers applying to convert the Flatiron Building to a hotel pulled their application once it was revealed that 4 council members would not vote against it. However, this means the developer can return with a revised application as soon as 2 weeks from now. If council had actually voted, instead of expressing their vote in advance, the application would not be able to return for a year. Councilman Kapoor stated he would vote in support of it, while council members Smith, Young, Mayfield, and Haynes expressed that they would vote against. Mayor Manheimer and Councilwoman Whistler did not express their position. Coming up this week, the Buncombe County Planning Board meets at 70 Valley Street this Monday at 9 a.m. The agenda includes an application to subdivide a lot at 65 Hartshorn Drive in Candler into 108 lots, as well as a variety of zone amendments. The Buncombe County Commission will hold a special budget work session this Tuesday at 2 p.m. to review fire departments in the county and the strategic partnership funds. Those are monies granted to nonprofits who apply to address specific needs identified by the county. There are 51 applicants, including Pisgah Legal, the YMI, Ola Community Arts, Read to Succeed, and Green Opportunities. The regular agenda for the Buncombe County Commission meeting this Tuesday includes a presentation from Health and Human Services regarding response to the opioid crisis, which will address syringe exchange and medication-assisted treatment, or MAT, in the prison. There are a number of budget amendments for this year, including an increase in funding for the DWI program, and there will be a quote-unquote budget message for the 2020 budget, which is scheduled for release on May 24th. Asheville's Multimodal Transportation Commission and Transit Committee, both of which I voluntarily serve on, are meeting this week Both agendas include updates for funding of the Transit Master Plan, and the public comment is available at both meetings. This is the final of the 2 meetings that will happen before the city votes on its final budget. The Transit Committee meets at 3:30 p.m. Tuesday, and the Multimodal meets at 3 p.m. Wednesday. Both meetings are on the first floor of City Hall. The agenda for Thursday's Public Safety Committee is not yet available. This is coming from Asheville Showing Up for Racial Justice, or ASURJ. Quote, "Last time the city did not live stream as it said it would, leaving a great many of us clueless about what exactly took place in this crucial setting. Our police department is not providing traffic stop data at a time when we need these numbers most. In our proposed city budget, City Manager Deborah Campbell proposes more than $600,000 additional funding for APD, bringing its total budget to a stone's throw from $30 million. With so many of us struggling and receiving ill treatment at the hands of those whose salaries we are funding, any additional increase is insulting. Let's show up and make sure this space is transparent and is of Asheville, by Asheville, and for all of us." End quote. Once again, that's a statement from ASURJ. As you'll notice, this is an important time of the year to engage our elected officials in how budget decisions are made. If you're interested in using your voice year-round, consider applying for boards and commissions where everyday people like us can advise based on our lived and professional experience. We'll post links to the application in the comments of this section. Thank you to Matilda Bliss of ASURJ, and to the team here at JM Pro, and to you for watching.